My name is Kathleen Wilde. I come from Navan, County Meath, and my age is 58 years old. I run away with a certain person, and I got into a bit of trouble. Well, it wasn't me, it was the person himself that would have done the trouble, but I got accused as well. And also, I had nothing, I never touched anything. I was still blamed for it. And because I was there, they said I was as good as the person that took it. I treated unfairly. I wasn't treated like at all, like I was a human being. I was mostly treated like I was an outcast. I don't think the guards treat you fairly. Once you're a traveller at all, you don't get treated fairly. They follow you around. They're always checking up to see if you tax. They jump out of the car. You could be even getting a bit of petrol into the car, diesel. They jump out and the first thing they want to ask you to show your insurance. Have you tax or have you insurance? And you'd have to show things out to them. They want to see exactly for themselves. And then they go around just looking at the car, sees everything all right, looking inside the car, making you feel uncomfortable. I remember we were living in the trailers and caravans, and I remember we used to live in the field, and I remember we were asleep in bed, and I heard all this noise coming. Next I heard a banging on the door, and next the door was put open. They didn't even wait for mommy to open the door, they put it open. And next was this guard roaring and shouting through the door, saying, "I want you out by 12 tomorrow, I want you out." And my father said they had no way of moving the caravan at the time because they weren't rich, they had no money. They barely got what they had, they had a struggle to get what they had. And I remember I didn't know what was going on. And then they went away from the door giving this letter telling them to move. And I remember Mum and Daddy saying, "Where are we going to go? There's nowhere to go. No matter where you go, it's going to be the same thing." But then the next morning I heard all this noise going on. I didn't know what it was. I was scared, I won't tell you lie. Next, the guard banged on the door. He said, "I want you out," he said. And next I looked, there was not many bulldozers. There was JCBs, all lined up in a row. I meant to say there could have been 5 or 6 at the time. And I remember us getting dragged out of bed, the guards. My mother said, "Can you give me time till I get my children prepared, because I'm not even in bed." I remember that time being, it was a very cold morning. It was in the winter, it was dark. And I remember getting dragged out in my bare feet. I remember shaking with the cold. And I remember my mother said, "Can't leave the children out here." She said, "Don't care, they want us out. If we didn't take the caravan out when we were told to take it out, that the bulldozers were going to come and bulldoze everything out of the way." My experience in prison was that I found me being treated a lot different. I was made feel like when people were there, you feel like you couldn't mix, you felt odd out. You didn't have a conversation to talk with them, you didn't know what to say to them, because you felt different. That's very good. While I was in protection, I did not receive any counselling or anything like that. I was just left there and that was it.
Do you think that you would have benefited from counselling at the time?
I would have. At least I could have talked to somebody and just dished out how I felt. I mean, the experience that I had in prison wasn't very nice. Like, the people weren't very nice to me. As I said, because you'd always be called Chippo, Jimmy Knacker, there was always something wrong. When I left prison, I was traumatised. I got no support whatsoever. I felt myself going in on my own, inside myself. I felt like a loner. I wanted to be alone, didn't want to mix. I didn't even want to talk about anything, I just wanted to keep it to myself. So I could have done with a bit of help from somebody, which I never got.